Hey y'all, it's Goldenbrownskin. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're here, then you already know what you're here for, okay? This is part 2. Let's go ahead and get into it. I don't really try to say too much. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe on this video. I will be watching, I will be checking out, I will be making sure that y'all doing what y'all supposed to be doing. Okay, all right, y'all. So, let's go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, take a breather. Let's go ahead. Okay, let's get into it. We left off at is that him and I had started dating, and we started going out, going on dates and hanging out and getting to know each other. And it was cool, like, you know what I'm saying? It was a cool little vibe. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I should have listened to myself. Like, if he was getting into it with this girl and this girl's texting me, asking me if I did this and that with this dude, and why would I want to talk to him? Like, he got a lot going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's wrong with me? You feel like, yeah, you need to go talk to him. Like, no, you need to sit your hot down somewhere. You're like, you need to sit down. Okay, sit down. Now, he wasn't like pressuring me real bad, like to try to, you know, woo, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't pressuring me real bad. So that's what I respect the most. So we started talking in the month of August, and then so his birthday was first, unfortunately, which we talked about in the last scene. So his birthday did come first. So he had took me out. He was buying me gifts, fixing my car. You know what I'm saying? We was, you know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing. Like, he was showing me, like, girl, I like you and I want you.
Like you and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
You know what I'm saying? He was, you know what I'm saying, putting that effort in, and I really appreciate that. And he wasn't pressuring me to do the do. And like, that's perfect. Romantic, you're sweet, you know what I'm saying? You don't badger me, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's talk about what I did. So I was making food because I like making food. I like food. I'm a foodie. So I was making food and I was bringing him food. Now, I wasn't just going out my way bringing him food, but I was bringing him food. He was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyway, so his birthday had came. And his birthday is also in December, just like mine. But his birthday is probably about a week before mine. He told me he had one of these shoes. It was like some Jordans. It was like $400. Went online, bought the shoes. Then, y'all know I do custom apparel. So I was like, oh, I want to make us some matching outfits. So I had got 2 jackets. It was two green jackets, 2 green hoodies. And I had printed his name on one hoodie. And then I printed my name on one hoodie. I had bought him a bottle. And since he is the gas man, I definitely, you know what I'm saying, got him some treats and stuff that he needed. I had booked a hotel, went out to eat that day too, yeah. But he also had plans with his friends. So then we went to go play golf so he could hang out with his friends. And we had took pictures. He was posting me, y'all. This man started posting me, like, mind you, we had been talking and dating for 4 months, but like, he was posting me. Like, we had took pictures together. He was posting me. He was smiling. He was cheesing hard. You feel me? Like, it was crazy. And then he had posted a picture of him in a jacket. Now, he put my jacket on, the one that say my name, the one that say Goldenbrownskin. He said that's the one he want. So he started posting on IG, and he posted a picture of him with the jacket on with my name on it. So at the time, it's some girl watching my story, and I'm like, who is this? Like, who is this watching me? Like where she come from? Who is this? And in hindsight, I know it's early, but in hindsight, that was one of his old, you know, things that he had. I'm just like, oh my God. So anyways, I think it was the next day after his birthday, we had went to this game. It was a boxing match. That was super lit. That was super cool. It was fun. It was nice. Now, my birthday is on Christmas Eve. So his birthday is only like a week before my birthday. So I'm excited. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been excited. Another year on my life. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. So I told him that I wanted to get tattoos for my birthday. That is actually my tradition. So since I was the age of, I think 15 or 16, I got my first tattoo that says faith right here. Very first tattoo, okay? And I was like 15 or 16. I was like, yeah, I want to go get a tattoo for my birthday. This is like something I do all the time. I ended up getting this tattoo here. Y'all can see this is my third eye. So I'll post a video. Then he took me to this really nice dinner. It was like a boat. It was not like a boat. It was a boat. He took me on a boat, y'all. So it was like dinner on a boat. It was other people there that were, you know, going to dinner. Mind you, my birthday is on Christmas Eve. So my birthday is already like a special day. It's like a holiday. He took me on a boat. It was so nice. It was so like you know what I'm saying, you know, t-shirt button up, you know what I'm saying, dress heels. That's what it was giving, you know what I'm saying, the whites, you know what I'm saying. So it was giving that, and it was real nice. It was just really cute. Then we ended up going to the hotel. He had booked the hotel. I goes in the room. It's flowers all on the floor, y'all. It's flowers all on the floor. It's money on the floor. You know what I'm saying? There's stuff on the bed. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so cute. Oh my goodness. Da, 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 da. Thank you. Picking up the money, you know, picking up the money, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when he asked me to be his girlfriend. This is the worst mistake I ever had in my life. And let's go ahead and get into why I had to break up with him the next day. I had to break up with him the next day, and it didn't work. And we're gonna get into it. And I'm a girlfriend now. Like, I'm not single no more. Like, I got me a man, you know what I'm saying? So we've been drinking, we've been getting lit and whatnot. So I'm naked, you know what I'm saying? We do the do and whatnot. And I ended up going through his phone, and he texting some bitch talking about this and that. So I'm like, boy, you out your mind for real? Like, you crazy for real? Like, you out your mind for real? I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go. Like, I'm finna leave. This nigga picked me up and slammed me on the bed. Do you hear me? He picked me up and slammed me on the bed, okay?
There, she's still getting caught. Oh! She slammed her right out. No, you can't! Jessica Jones!
Oh, your ass ain't going nowhere. Boom, right down the road. This nigga crazy, like, he lit, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say we was drinking is because later on in the video you'll understand what I mean by that, because he is a person that can't handle his liquor. He's the type of person to drink liquor and get violent. So let's go ahead and get to it, because this shit get wicked. I was just flabbergasted, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this happened like damn near like 2 years ago. So I can't remember the conversation that we had, but I did end up going to sleep. But the thing was, I don't want to sleep next to you. I'm gonna sleep outside. Like, I already sleep outside, get away from you. Like, I don't want to be around you at all. For real. Like, I don't want to be around you. Like, you're crazy for real. Like, you wild. Like, you wicked. Like, you doing all of this, asking me to be your girlfriend, and you doing this and doing that. Like, I'm not, no. Like, I could stay single and just, you know what I'm saying, fuck with you how I've been. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could keep it like that. I don't need to be in a relationship. The next morning, we get up, we leave the hotel. Now, mind you, I parked at his place. So we drove together. So we riding by, I'm acting normal. Soon as we get back to his place, to his apartment complex, I get in my car and I text him like, hey, this ain't gonna work out. Ooh. I'm letting him know, like, bitch, this is not gonna work.
I don't know, I just don't think this is like great for me. I don't want to do it. I want to go home. Like, I can't take the pressure of it.
You're crazy. Like, I don't want to deal with nothing violent. You did too much. And I'm already seeing, like, you're liable to cheat. I see that already. Y'all, as I'm coming out the complex, I make a left to go towards the street. This nigga is speeding that way and comes speeding towards me, directly in front of me, to where I had to stop in the middle of the road. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? What the fuck are you doing? Why is he blocking me? Get the fuck out of the way. Da, da, da. All because I texted him and told him I want to be with him. So anyway, so I'm backing up into the apartment complex. As I'm backing up, he get out the car. He's like, oh, you know. So he walk up to the car. The nigga hop in the car, y'all. Do you hear me? This man hops in a car, y'all. Do you hear me? He hops in my vehicle, okay? He hops in a car and he wouldn't get out. Now, mind you, all of this was happening, it was daytime. By the time that I got him in my car, it's during the nighttime. This man would not get out my car.
Stop it. Get some help.
I would push him, shove him. I had scissors, you know, in my car. I was acting like I was going to drive off and do this and do that. He would not get out my car unless I told him that we could stay together. We fighting, we doing this, doing that. And I'm like, fuck it, man, we can be together, whatever. That's December. My birthday is Christmas Eve. So that's towards the end of the year. They're going into January. So now it's a whole new year. So it's a whole new year. We're going into January. January, everything was cool. February, I had some issues with my living situations or whatever. And so I had to move. And I was like, I'm just going to, like, try to see if I can find somebody that's looking for a roommate or whatever. and do that. And he was like, oh no, you could come be with me. You can be with me. I'm like, no, because you know, I do skincare, I do custom apparel, all this stuff. So I have a lot of like work equipment with me, and I need an actual space for that. Like I can't just move my stuff, you know, into something small, because I have to have my own room, and I also have to have space for my work as well. So he's like, oh no, I'll do this and I'll do that for you. I'm like, nah, like I don't do it, I want to do it. Oh, it's okay, like I'm gonna take care of you. So I said, fuck it, whatever, let's do it. Let's do it. In the apartment complex he lived in, they had garages, so you could park your car in the garages, and you could also pay to have a garage space. So he paid for a space, and so I could put all my work equipment inside. Now, during this time frame, what had happened was I got kicked out of my space because they said that I was playing the music too loud, and then the people who lived above the garage was complaining, and the people was driving by, the people that worked there was driving by maintenance and stuff, and they saw that I had work equipment, I was working, and I didn't have a car in the garage, and they said, oh, you can't work out the garage, you can only park cars in there, and yada yada yada, woo woo woo. And so for that reason, I wasn't able to keep the space that much. I basically end up moving my stuff back to where I was before, so that way whenever I needed to work, I could just come back here and then go back, you know, to his house. So I basically start living with him. Here comes February 14th. So y'all, when I tell you this is like the most traumatic thing I've ever experienced in my life, it is. And I don't know why I stayed with this person for so long. But anyways, we're going to get into it. Now, before I get into this, I just want to say that this is a trigger warning. I've heard other people say it. So this is a trigger warning about DV and stuff like that. So if you're not into that, please, you can skip through this part. So February 14th came. The only thing I told him was I wanted edible arrangement. And I also told him I wanted to get my nails done. So he's like, okay, cool. That morning, we was arguing. I can't even tell you what we was arguing about. I don't remember. So we missed the whole morning. Like, we were supposed to go to breakfast, to go to lunch, and then we were supposed to go to Tampa, get a room, go to dinner, and maybe do something after. That was the plan. But this fuck nigga, excuse my language, this man was not scheduling nothing. We wasn't scheduling nothing. So we went to lunch. Then we started going to Tampa. Now, we get to Tampa. We check in a hotel. Now we're trying to find somewhere to eat. We shouldn't be trying to find somewhere to go. Like, we shouldn't be trying to find shit. Like, that doesn't even make no sense. I was just telling him, like, oh, you should have been planned this. Like, it's 9 o'clock. We don't have nowhere to go. And everybody's saying they're booked. Like, that's embarrassing. Like, you should have been had this. Like, what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the you that I know. And mind you, I had bought him stuff for Valentine's Day and whatnot, too. We end up having to go to the Hard Rock Casino. That's where we end up going. And we went out there, did our thing. We was drinking. I know how to hold my liquor. So this is how everything went down. After the casino, he had been drinking a lot, and he's the type of person that he likes to speed and all these things that he shouldn't be doing when he's driving. So I'm always telling him, slow down, like, you don't got to do all that, we're gonna get where we're going. Oh, you know, he's the type to tell me, oh, shut up, don't tell me what to do. That's how he is. So we're getting into it, and I was like, yeah. And then, like, how are we supposed to have a Valentine's Day? You're not even planning this and doing that. And I got you gifts, and I got you all this stuff, and I want to have a good time. Like, I want to enjoy it, like, yada, yada, yada. Like, once he said what he had to say, I was like, okay, whatever. But because he's drunk, he kept trying to keep the conversation going. And I'm just, like, ignoring him because I don't want to deal with this. Now, we're driving back to the hotel. I don't want to argue with you. I don't go back and forth with you. So we get to the hotel, y'all, and he's trying to argue with me, and I'm about to get out the car and go upstairs because I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. So we park in a parking lot, y'all. All I know is he must have said something really loud to me, or he must have yelled at me or say something to me. And all I know is I went from the passenger seat to the driver's seat to the door to outside on the floor. Do you hear me? I went from the passenger seat to the middle console, add that in there, the driver's seat to the door to the floor. Do you hear me?
Step off the car.
I don't know how the fuck I got dragged out of the car like that. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Once that happened, we get into it now. Like, we get into it. I'm basically saying, like, oh, you need to calm down. Like, you're drunk. Like, you're doing too much. You need to calm down. Da. So we walking behind the car, we get into it, we arguing, you know what I'm saying? I'm pushing him off of me because he's trying to hit me, so I'm trying to block him and hit him back and stuff like that. So eventually I start running. Do you hear me, bitch? I started fucking running. I started running. So I start running to the front of the hotel to get away from him. Why I fell, bitch? Why I fell? I fell right on the floor. I mean, my license then came on my purse. I done fell, y'all, trying to get away from this man, knowing we got to go back upstairs. It's like a worker there, and then it's like a lady. And they're like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Oh, get away from him. He's crazy. Da, 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 da. Don't let no man do this and that to you. And the lady's like, oh, I've been through this before. And yada, 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 woo, 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 all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's telling them, oh, lady, shut the fuck up. Bitch, shut up. This has nothing to do with you. You know how they do. So he's doing all that. We end up getting upstairs. For Valentine's Day, he did the same thing again. He had the petals on the floor, got balloons and stuff like that. And it was really cute. And I'm just doing everything I can to try to like get away from him. I get ready to take a shower and lay down. I'm butt booty naked. Do you hear me? This man comes into the bathroom, comes into the shower, and tries to fight me. Do you hear me? He tries to fight me. Butt booty naked. I wouldn't tell y'all no lie. I wouldn't tell y'all no lie. And I'm like, bro, what the is wrong with you? I'm naked. Why are you trying to fight me butt naked in the shower? Like, you're crazy. Like, you need help. We end up going back home the next day. Then around this time in February going into March, I was doing photography. And I had a model that I was going to be working with, and I was going to do photos of her. So we went to Orlando. I went to Orlando to meet with her and do her pictures, and I came back. Now, while I was out doing the pictures, he was texting me like, oh, babe, I'm playing dominoes with my auntie and my uncle. Oh, I'm losing. And he was telling me that he was drinking. He took a picture of his drink. It was showing me his cup and whatnot, and so on and so forth. So I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, I need you here to come support me and all that stuff. So when I got back, I seen what they was doing. He told me come sit right there. He basically told me to be quiet and don't say nothing. And because I was trying to show his auntie like the pictures on my camera, and he was getting mad. He was telling me to come sit next to him and be quiet and don't say nothing. And I was telling him he didn't stop drinking. He told me I didn't tell him to stop, like, don't tell him what to do. So he's mad and he's drunk, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what he do. When he gets drunk, he gets angry and don't know how to control himself. His uncle and him had got into it because he was losing. So the auntie stepped in and said something, and he started talking to his auntie crazy. His cousin came in the house. Now, his cousin, we called my ex Zoe. So remember that my ex's name is Zoe. So his cousin comes inside. Zoe is yelling at his auntie, and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Why are you talking to my mama like that? Don't talk to my mama like that. All that. So they get into it. Now, his auntie don't really speak no English. She speak Creole. The uncle, he speak English and Creole, and everybody else speak English and Creole, but her, she just only basically speak Creole. So they're arguing in English and Creole. The auntie start crying and all this, and they about to fight. They like real bad, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm comforting the auntie. She's sitting down in a chair. She's crying. I get down on my knee. I kneel next to her. I start rubbing her back. Zoe like, oh, you on their side? You on their side? You on?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, that's a bet. That's a bet. He grabbed his car keys and he left. So I called him, and he's like, oh, bitch, fuck you. You need to pick a fucking side. Why the fuck you over there talking to my fucking auntie? Da, 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 da. What side you on, bitch? Whose side you on? Da, 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 da. All this stuff. And he's like, oh, when I come back, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass. And I said, okay.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
That's what I said. I said, okay. This nigga was gone for about 10 minutes, y'all. He come back. He come in the room. Turn all the lights off. Snatch my phone out my hand. And this nigga go to fighting me. Nah. Y'all know what I did? I went to fighting him back. Wow. You know, he go from the inside, from the door. We're in front of the door. We start working our way towards the back of the room. Now, right here was like my little closet. It had my ring light, bitch. I grabbed my ring light. I start, wow. Bitch, I'm beating his ass with the ring light. Ring light broke. He fell on the bed. Boom, we're on the bed now. We're going to bed. I'm moving around, get around. What I do? I wrap them legs, boy. I wrap my arm back like this. You feel me? I'm holding his ass now. We in the bed. They at the door. His auntie at the door. His cousin at the door. The uncle at the door. Everybody trying to come in the room, trying to help us. So I'm holding him. I'm struggling. I'm reaching on the side of the bed, trying to unlock the door like this. Trying to unlock the door. Bitch, I unlocked the door. The door fly open because they trying to open it. We fell on the floor. Boom. When we fell on the floor, I was on top of him. I was beating his ass. After that, I got up. The auntie grabbed me. I run into the auntie room. This nigga's threatening me with a G-Win. This nigga's beating on the door. They're trying to keep him from coming in his auntie room. I'm calling my mama on the phone. Like, it's a lot going on. Like, I don't feel safe. I don't want to be here. Like, I want to go home. I don't want to be here no more. Like, hell no. Eventually, he starts calming down. Like, after 5 minutes of trying to attack me and get through the door, he calmed down. He's like, oh, let me just talk to her. I'm sorry. So they let him in. I say, it's okay. They let him in. He come talk to me. He pulled me out of the bathroom. Like, oh, let's go talk. So we go in the other bathroom. I'm on FaceTime with my mama. He grabbed the phone. Look at what your daughter did to me. Look what she did to me. Look what she did to me. And she like, okay, and what you do to her? Bitch. She didn't say bitch, but bitch. Because why do you think I would just go out my way to attack somebody? Girl, listen, do you hear me? His shit was busted. Like, he had a little, okay, that shit was busted, crack open. Wow, that ring light was tearing his ass up. Do you hear me? That ring light was giving him that ass whooping. His shit was busted open. It was leaking. Oh, that shit was bad, y'all. Shit was so bad. So now, y'all, a lot of bad stuff had been happening back to back. I can't lie to y'all. Like, it was a lot of good moments. Like, we went out a lot. You know what I'm saying? We went out a lot. Like, you gotta understand, this is a young nigga that get money. Do you hear me? This is a young nigga that get money. So we taking trips, you know what I'm saying? We're going out every other day, you know what I'm saying? We having fun, we doing this, we doing that. Like, we always had a good time. We was always doing something new. I want y'all to understand it's not just about the bad things, but I'm telling my toxic ex story, and I'm telling it in the order it happened. And a lot of stuff happened back to back. But in between those moments, it was like, what would happen is, he's like, oh, I'm gonna get you this, oh, I'm gonna give you this much money, oh, I'm gonna do this, oh, I'm gonna do that. And I was down for it, y'all. I was, okay, all right, that's fine, yeah. I'll take it, yeah. And I shouldn't have been doing that, but that's what I was doing.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
So anyways, around this time, as y'all see, I split his shit open. So around this time, we was getting into it a lot. Like, we was getting into it real bad. So it had came a point where, I don't even know how we got into this altercation, but we had got into a really bad altercation upstairs in the house. And when I was on the floor, this fuck nigga kicked me in my fucking thigh. And when he kicked me in my thigh, like, I don't know if y'all ever had like a frog, that little lump that come out, and it just strained your motherfucking leg. That's what it was doing to my thigh, okay? And I was like, ah! Bitch, I got up and I grabbed that knife. Bitch, I got up and I grabbed that knife. Ah, okay. That's how he acting, right? So now he done went and told everybody that I done put a knife on him. Of course I did. Bitch, you keep attacking me. Like, what the fuck? Now, mind you, I'm not doing nothing to this nigga. I'm not cheating on him. I'm not a cheater. I'm not a liar. He's just the type of person, like, he might say something slick to you and you have to let him know you can't say that. And he feel like he can do what he want to do. And you have to let him know you can't do what you want to do. And now y'all are arguing. And because he mad, you know, he want to hit you. Because that's the type of person that he is. So around this time, we were having, like, really bad issues, getting into it back to back. So we kept trying to go to the beach because I kept telling him, oh, I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the beach. Because mind you, now we're in March, right? So February has passed. Now we're in March. Like, you know what I'm saying? March, April. Like, we're getting closer to time to go to the beach. It's getting hot outside. Like, I want to go to the beach. That time that I pulled the knife on him was one of the days we were supposed to go to the beach. We end up not going. So this final time, we end up going to the beach. This is exactly what happened. I'm just telling y'all what happened. We wanted to go to some beach. It was probably about 2 hours away. So we finally did it, y'all. We finally getting ready to go to the beach. I'm cute. I got my outfit on. He's ready. We doing our thing. Now we're in the car. We're smoking and we're drinking in the car. Now we get to where the beach is. Now we're trying to find parking. I was on my camera and I was taking pictures. I was not paying attention to my surroundings or anything that was going on, simply because we were already at the beach. So I didn't feel like I needed to. All I know is he's telling me the cops are behind us and they're pulling us over. I'm like, what? So I turned around. I'm like, what did you do? Like, what happened? It's like, I don't know. The officer come in the car. smoke come out the car. Y'all, it's a lot. It's, you know what I'm saying? So basically, at the end of the day, both of us had got arrested. There were items in the vehicle. Zoe told them, oh, these are my items, but they charged me for those items. We actually ended up going to jail together that day. When I went to go pay my bill, it had only been a few hours or so that I had been, because I only was in like the holding area. Like, I didn't go back nowhere. He actually paid the bill. He paid my bill and his bill. Then we drove off, and guess what he did, y'all? He was smoking in the car on the way home. I tell you. So the reason why we had got pulled over because he had made an illegal U-turn in that area. After this situation, he was like, oh, I'm going to book something for us. So he said, we're going to go to Miami. We're going to go to Wildin' Out. We're going to get an Airbnb. We're going to go to a beach. We're going to have a good time. I'm just like, yeah, like, let's do it. I'm excited. I can't wait. Like, I get to go see Wildin'. So it was me, Zoe, his best friend, and his best friend's girl, and the girl's best friend. So we're going to give them all names. So we're going to call his best friend. My ex's name is Zoe. We're going to call best friend's girl Red. And then he had another guy there. We're going to call him Day. And then we have Blonde, which is the girl with the blonde hair. So we have best friend, Red, Day, and Blonde. So Day and Blonde are like a couple. Best friend and Red are a couple. And then me and Zoe are a couple. So me, Zoe, Red, and best friend are in the car. Best friend and Red are in the back seat. Me and Zoe in the front seat. I told Zoe so many times. I've told him so many times, stop speeding, stop speeding, stop speeding. This Negro gonna tell me, oh, and when we get in the car with everybody, don't be saying anything about me speeding. Don't be saying da-da-da-da. Not only do I have a problem with him speeding, I do have a problem with him smoking in the car, especially in my car, because my car didn't have tinted windows. While we was driving, they wanted to gas and smoke, and the police is just casually riding past. And me personally, I don't like taking chances. Let's go home and do it before we leave. Do it when we get there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless you got tinted windows. I can't take no chances. And the reason why I was so upset is because, bitch, we just fucking got arrested. Do you not know that we just both got arrested together? Do you not remember that a couple weeks ago we just got arrested and went to fucking jail? And now we got to go to court. You don't remember that? I do. You don't remember that? I do. Me, best friend Zoe, and Red get to Miami first. So we're supposed to be all getting on a boat. The boat has a time limit as to when you can get on the boat. Blonde wasn't there and Date wasn't there, but Blonde and Red are friends. So we finna get on the boat, okay? Blonde ain't here. Red's like, oh, where you at? Blonde, where are you? Where you at? Baby, Blonde ain't here. We finna take off without her. So the driver let them, wait a couple more minutes, but it took too long, so we left without him. We got on jet skis, y'all. It was real fun. So the boat took us to jet skis. So then after that, we walked around a little bit. Then we went to the Airbnb to get ready to go out later that night.
What's up, boss lady?
Now, when we get to the Airbnb, him and I start beefing. I don't know. I can't remember why we beefing, y'all. I can't tell y'all. Remember. We basically get ready and we go to Wildin' Out back. So we got it. It was in like huge arena. It was outside. It wasn't like inside. It was outside, but it was still nice. Plies had came. Plies had performed. It was a good time. I had an issue with him because we went to go get food and he made me carry the food. Like, bitch, I'm a woman. I'm not finna sit here and hold the food. So his best friend's like, oh, I got it. And I'm trying to explain to him, like, you don't make no woman carry no food. Like, you're the man. I'm not about to be walking around carrying all this food. Like, I can help you with some of it, but I'm not finna just walk around and carry all the food. Like, that's crazy. And so I kind of had like a little attitude towards him in that regard. When we was leaving Wildin' Out, Red and Zoe had gotten to it. Because we had went to the strip club after Red didn't want to go to the strip club. So because she didn't want to go to the strip club, we ended up going back to the house first and then we was going to change. Now, him and I had a conversation and this is kind of how it went. So while we was at the strip club, I was joking. I wasn't being serious, even though I was being serious, but I was saying it in a joking manner. So we were having a conversation basically about the dancers, and I was basically, they were saying that they have a private room and all that stuff, and I'm like, well, I hope you can't go in there, in that private room, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't even play with me. Now, my personality, I'm always laughing, so it wasn't like I was rude or nasty. I'm like, man, you ain't going in there. I know you ain't going in there. You know what I'm saying? I would expect him like, girl, I'm not finna go in there. Stop playing with me. Like, I ain't finna do you like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he got mad and he got an attitude. So now we're arguing even more. When we was in the car, Red and Zoe was getting into it. The reason why they were getting into it was because Zoe was speeding. Red said that she was in a major car accident from somebody speeding and she has PTSD and she doesn't want to be in a car with somebody that's speeding. So they got into an argument. He was basically telling her she can get the fuck out of the car. She don't have to be in a car with him. His best friend kept telling him to slow down. He was cussing his best friend out. I was telling him to slow down. He was cussing everybody out. Everybody that was telling him to slow down. These are the type of people that are dangerous. Do y'all hear me? These are the type of people that are dangerous. Don't let the money blind you. These are the type of people that will, you know, in your life because they're being reckless and don't want nobody to tell them what to do. Do you hear me? So that had happened. So when we got back to the Airbnb, he was getting into it with them. Now, Blonde was laying on the couch. And Blonde had the covers underneath her. It was a comforter underneath her. Mind you, let me say this. The Airbnb is in my name, y'all. Just want y'all to know that. I can't tell y'all how all this transpired. This has been the craziest experience I ever had in my life. Like, anyway, so yeah. I don't know what transpired. I wasn't even in the room at the time. I came out the room because him and I had argued. And he was just arguing with everybody, so he got into it with her. While she was laying down on the couch, she had a comforter underneath her. This man came and yanked the comforter from under her. That's what I know. I don't know how he did it, what transpired, what was said. I don't know nothing. All I know is she was on the floor. She was crying, and she said she was gonna call the police. Zoe and best friend came and got me, told me hurry up, grab my stuff, put my clothes on, and let's go. Because they didn't want to be here when the popo came. So all three of us left, and the two girls stayed there. Now the homeboy Dave, I don't know what he had going on. He was barely there. He must have knew people out there that way. We end up coming back to the strip club. We end up coming back to the strip club. Now, as we're in the strip club, I'm basically telling him like, oh, I don't want you going inside, because I had changed my clothes already. I had I had put on like a hoodie, and this nigga was trying to leave me in the car while he went inside this fucking strip club. We was arguing and fighting and doing all this for almost 2 hours outside, and his best friend was there the whole time to witness the whole thing. Now, he had a bottle of liquor. This nigga took the bottle of liquor and poured that shit on me. Like, he took the bottle of liquor like this and like poured it on me. And I went in his car, and he had a GUN in his car, and I cocked that bitch back, and I held it in the book bag, and I walked around on their ass, and they started running away. Both of them was running. Do you hear me? They was both running. Eventually, we get in the car. We get back in the car. We're still arguing, but we're starting to calm down. But we still arguing. And I'm telling his best friend, like, you see how that makes no sense? You see how that makes no sense? And and then he'll be telling his friend, nah, bro, because right, dog, right? That's how it was. We get back to the Airbnb. I start walking up the stairs to get in the house. These bitches lock the door. Mind you, this my Airbnb, ho. This my shit. This Airbnb is in my name. So who door you locking, bitch? Who door you fucking locking, ho? Like, not only you going through, I'm going through it with them too. Bitch, let me in. Little pig, let me in. The fuck? As soon as we did that, y'all, the police came. And the girl's gonna tell me, oh, the police told us to call them again if y'all come back. Bitch, just because they told y'all don't mean y'all actually got to do it. And second of all, this is my Airbnb. Bitch, if I want to kick you out right now, I can. They was getting mad because police was telling them like it was my Airbnb, they can't lock the door, and they was telling the girls they need to get back inside the house because they didn't have no clothes on. The lady was like, oh, y'all need to get back in the house, y'all ain't got no clothes on. So they was mad with the officers. The officers is taking my name, they taking Zoe's name, they taking best friend name, and Zoe was looking at me like, oh, I'm sorry, because here's the thing, Zoe be doing stuff he ain't got no business doing. So when the popo came, he kept looking at me, he kept whispering, I'm sorry, he kept trying to say my name. Mind you, it's like 3 officers, so there's one for each of us, while the officers are writing our information down. Like, he talking to the officer but looking at me and saying stuff to me because he don't want me to say this and that, and you know what I'm saying, like, he don't want to go to jail, you know what I'm saying. So the officers end up leaving, we don't go to jail, everything's fine. So we end up getting in the house. Once we get in the house, we go in the room, we talk, we have a long conversation, and that's pretty much it. So the next day come by, everything's cool, everything's handy dandy, like we don't have no issues, no problems. Now, over the next couple weeks, everything's cool. Like, we're having a good time, we're not having no issues, no problems, no nothing. During this time frame, that was March, we're going into April, now we're going into May. Everything is good. Everything is great. We don't have no issues, no problems. when we was living together, we were also working together. So he was doing detailing and car washing and power washing and all those type of things. So he basically had joined this website that allows him to get clients, and so I was basically the person to try to help him get the clients. He wanted me to make the phone calls or schedule the, you know, the emails and the invoices and stuff like that. And then once we got to the people's house, I was helping him clean the inside. We were cleaning the carpets, taking before and after pictures and stuff like that. So we was working together. Then he started getting some of his friends to join, and I would come bring him food, bring him water and stuff like that. Mind y'all, I didn't really live with him for that long. It was sometime, I believe, in April. So there was a situation that had happened that he had did. The police had came to our house, took all of his items, and took him to jail. After that had happened, I was no longer living with him. I moved out and moved back. Next thing that happens is in 4th of July. I got arrested, y'all, that day, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it in the next video. Okay, it has been crazy right now, and I'm gonna go to jail. Do you hear me? I'm about to go to jail, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I have been through some things, like, and that was a choice. Like, I chose to stay there because this person was taking care of me. There's anything I wanted or I needed, I had it. You know what I'm saying? You know, investing into my business, you know, just helping me and believing in me and supporting me, like, you know what I'm saying? In that way, we was doing business together, we was working together. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Okay, like, this shit get wicked. Like I said, it's a choice to be in these types of situations. Like, it don't matter how much money somebody has or how much they do for you. You should never let somebody put their hands on you or physically harm you. You need to get up and you need to leave and you need to love yourself. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in part 3 of my toxic ex story. Yeah.